Hi guys, finally somebody is calling it out. Reform UK is not something new. It's the latest rehash of other ideas, which all stem from pretty much the same place. Foreigners are to blame for all the problems facing the United Kingdom. Under UKIP, it was a mix of immigration and the EU. Under the Brexit Party, it was just Europe. And now reform is back to the other side of the UKIP coin. And too few in the media either understand that, or if they do, are willing to explain it to the public. Emily Maitlis is thankfully one who will, and she had this message to both the government and those others who should be challenging Farage.
This goes to the heart of the problem now, and it is this, that we all treat reform and their success and their newfound sort of muscularity, we treat them as if they're a new party. And they very much aren't. You know, they are UKIP into Brexit, into Leave, into reform, with the same leader, the same clothes, the same rhetoric. And I think that this is something that the government would actually do well to remember. You know, if people are sort of saying, well, oh, it's a scream of pain and they're going to provide the answers and they're the ones that are now sort of responding to the fact that we hate the main party politics, Britain is broken. Well, who broke it? You know, it was Farage's Brexit ideas and his Leave campaign. That shrank the economy by 5%. We've got higher legal immigration now than when we were in the EU. We've got a 15% slump in trade. We've got a £40 billion lost tax revenue. I think it's really important that we don't frame reform as this sort of brand new creation of the last 12 months. It isn't. It is the same party that has done so much damage under a different name to this country already.
Well said. You know, Brexit should be an albatross around Nigel Farage's neck. It should be something that he was embarrassed about. He should be running in the opposite direction of. But unfortunately, the Labour Party and the Conservatives will not mention Brexit. There's an opportunity there to blame. The Conservatives can't because they tied their wagon to Brexit, of course. But Labour have an opportunity to blame a lot of the problems on Brexit and then link that to Nigel Farage and the Conservatives. But for some reason, they won't do that. Now, Farage is very good at convincing people to vote against their own interests, but he's also very good at convincing people that he's anti-establishment. It's insane to think about, but he's very good at doing this. How does he do it? I still don't know. But he's been extremely successful in convincing members of the public that he's on their side. He's a man of the people. This is a guy who started out as a city trader, who went to a private school, who was rubbing shoulders with the richest man in the world recently, who was going to rallies with Donald Trump. You know, this is a guy who's part of the establishment, but he's been extremely successful in convincing working class people that he's one of them. Recently, him and Richard Tice, of course, were wearing badges of a trade union in Parliament, convincing working class people that they're on their side once again, even though they voted against measures that would protect working people. Reform is a party about deregulations, deregulating when it comes to the environment, workers, consumers. All of this is not a party of the working class. This is not a party that's fighting for ordinary people. It's a party of the rich for the rich. But it's frustrating to watch commentators and even the Labour Party treat reform as something new. It's a protest party. It's an angry party. It's a crazy party. They're not interested in improving people's lives. They don't care about that unless you're a multimillionaire. Then they're on your side. They support a smaller government because they don't like supporting the most vulnerable in society. They want to reduce taxes. They will sell it as a tax cut for ordinary people, but in reality, it's going to benefit the richest in society. That's who they are about. And there needs to be pushback. It needs to be called out. Nigel Farage is the establishment. He's not a man of the people. And the media, unfortunately, continue to pander to him. There's a real opportunity to blame a lot of the cost of living crisis on Brexit, say, okay, we have to cut back on public services. I don't agree with that, but Labour could use it as a tool. We have to cut back on public services because of the damage to the economy caused by Brexit. And who caused Brexit? Well, the Conservatives and Nigel Farage. But they won't go there. I don't know why.